entrepreneurs, creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan. Business minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs, creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan.
Yes. Picha yangu iko sawa? Sio? Fresh iko sawa?
Hosted by Dan. Business minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs, creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to the CEO Show. I'm your host, Dan. Tonight we have another amazing episode prepared for you with another amazing guest who is ready for you. Who is the guest tonight? Our guest tonight is one inspiring person whose story is beyond and above all odds. She has risen from all odds to craft and walk in a path that is rarely walked on. This is Chelah Kipkorir, who is the founder of that is an organization which is about walking in the dark. The organization is known as Hope in the Dark. Our guest tonight has prepared something good for you. Tonight we are talking about walking out and growing out of disability. And it's about disability is not inability. Remember, we are coming to you live on Facebook, live on YouTube, and also tonight we are live on TikTok. Tell us where we are watching from, and also drop a comment on the comment section. Tell us where you're watching from, and also tag somebody for somebody to know that you're watching and you're part of this great and amazing conversation. We can't afford to miss. Welcome to the CEO Show. I'm your host, Dan. Chelah, karibu to the CEO Show.
Thank you so much.
How do you feel?
It's an honor to be here and being Women's Month. I believe it's a good time for Chelah to be here.
Okay.
Yeah.
How is that being on that seat?
No, I think I've gotten used to it because I've been speaking a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just an easy, and Chelah loves talking, so.
Okay. You love talking, that is?
Yeah, that's my power.
Okay. You look beautiful tonight.
As always. Thank you.
Okay. Just for introductory bit, who is Chelah?
I go by the name Chelah Kipkorir. Other people call me Chelah the Great. Other people call me Chelah Richards Kipkorir. And Chelah is just one phenomenal woman who loves herself first and who realizes that the blindness is a crown and who knows that forget about what people say. It's about you. Just go beyond what people may think it's not possible, but it's in reality it is. So long as you just change your mindset, just have everything within you, equip yourself with knowledge, good networks, good attitude towards life, everything is possible.
Okay, now going back, Chelah, to where you grew, your upbringing and what have you. And as we celebrate the month of women, and you're one person that celebrates women, you're one person that you talk about inclusion of women and also women with disability. But forgetting about that, your journey back, how did you grow? Your journey growing up, where did you study? Where did you start your primary school? to where you are currently?
Oh God, Chelah studied at Turesha Primary School by Elga Marakwet, and then she passed so well. She went to Boy Forces Academy Lanet, and then I went to JQuat. That's where things started going down. I was there. That's the same year that I was diagnosed with retinitis pigmentosa, and I remember I was in third year, but I think things were not adding up because I was doing a scientific course, and I felt like I wasn't doing good enough. And I remember just telling my parents that I wouldn't be able to continue the course, but I would want to drop out and start all over again in the place that I'll feel more accommodated and even be able to express my full potential, yeah, with the situation that I had.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you growing up, how did it come about with the situation that you're in? Because you are not born blind. Was that the case?
I was born with the condition because it's hereditary.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's a genetic disorder. And I think once you grow, there's a time, mid-20s, the symptoms are so profound. That's when you'll be able to lose your night vision, you lose your peripheral vision, and you have a lot of problem with light, and just you're not able to see a lot of things and headaches.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But you performed so well in your education, but where were you getting the courage and the determination to achieve all this that you've achieved?
Chelah is just a doer. And if you see the time I was doing my first degree, that's Bachelor of Public Relations at KMU, I missed some points to get my first class honors, and I think I felt so bad about it. But things happen. I believe I can still have a good performance even in my master's degree, and I think and I love hard things. Yeah, it makes me like Google my mind and know what am I supposed to do, who am I supposed to talk to, which organization should I always talk to, and even just read on social media platforms, that is on different legit websites, at the same time YouTube platform.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I read a lot.
Okay. Now, because we find that there are other women who have the same challenge that you have, but most of them will coil back and sit back without doing anything. But you came out and championed for disability and also championing for visual impairment as well as blindness. What makes you different from the rest?
I think I have a very good personality. I let go so easily. Like it's gone. If I've lost money, it's okay. We move on. Let's look for another one. At the same time, I have a very good support system. Yeah, that one I think it has really catapulted me to greater heights.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now, you're one person that you've done a lot of events under your organization, Hope in the Dark.
Yeah.
And if I can reflect, the first event that you did was about was it in Daystar University?
Yeah.
That was your first event.
Yes.
And you're talking about now.
Fifth.
Was it what was the theme of the first event that you held?
It was just purely the launching of the Blind Talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for that one, you're speaking about going beyond the barriers, breaking the barriers of this. Do you think there are some barriers that holds people back from this kind of disability?
I think it's just fear, and the notion that you always feel like people should do things for you. Yeah, because for me, I don't wait for anyone to do anything for me. I would really want to do it myself. If I'm held up, I'll be able to ask you for assistance.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now, what are some of these barriers, the societal barriers and misconception that you think are holding
many people?
Yeah, many people.
I think attitudinal, the way people are brought up. Many times our society feel like persons with disability are not capable even to socialize, because it trickles down to how someone was brought up. And it affects their self-confidence, even the way they approach life, even the way they approach maybe it's investment or even their education. They feel they belittle themselves. Yeah, they feel they're not able to do so because the society has already put that kind of a fact, quote unquote, in their mind. Yeah.
But now you don't want sympathy.
No.
But you find that sometimes people sympathize a lot when they tell somebody has this challenge. Then people tend to sympathize a lot. How does it affect people living with the same?
I think it doesn't bring out the real you because for Chelah, I don't want even to work with you. The time you feel like you want to do like 99% the things that I'm doing for me, I think I'll just detach myself. I really am hands-on. Yeah.
Okay. And now your experience coming up with this event, did you have this hard that I think I cannot do this?
Of course. Each and every time. Even the recent one, I was even asking God, are you really you? Do you really want me to do this event? It's not time. Of course, there's that moment of shortfall, but you rise up and just feel like, Chelah, you got to do this. It's like you're failing yourself, you're failing the great support and the love people have given you. And you see them, the way they're cheering you and they believe in you. Like, I know 60% of my friends, they're following me blindly. They don't know the real idea, but they're just in it. They will understand the idea once the idea is done.
Okay.
Yeah.
And by doing that, going out of the barriers and breaking the barriers and the societal misconception, do you think you achieved what you wanted to achieve as far as that event was concerned?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It went beyond because much of my events are always chaotic because I think I'm a very objective person. And once you include other people, people come with their own objectives. But once on the ground, I think I always work with the same people because my key areas are always the person in charge, that is the MCs and the moderators. Those are my very key area that I'd want to take hold of it. Yes.
Now, if just as we before I ask you another question, just to appreciate our viewers who are coming in, I remember that our guest tonight is Chelah Kipkorir, and she is the founder of Open the Dark organization, and she has achieved a lot at her age, and she's worth to be celebrated. But before we proceed, just to acknowledge, we have a good number of viewers who are coming in. Please tell us where you're watching from, and if you're getting us loud and clear, just to appreciate, we are saying that Franklin Koech is watching. We have Eva Cheboy, Ambassador Alfred Sargent is watching, Han Gadhoni is watching. Ambassador is saying that he's locked in. Anne Gadhoni is watching. Adesha Oscar is watching. One Team Career Coaches is saying that he is very tuned in. Then we have Loret Buzz and News is saying that he's tuned in. And Gadhoni is saying that, yay, how beautiful Chelah, El Shaddai GT locked. You need to tell us about that. And then Eric Kemboy is saying that he's following. Ngetich Tamik is watching. Jose Kibet Machinery, being technician. Eddie Bet and Rob Sheila is saying, my beautiful cousin Chelah Richards Kipkorir, you are a powerful person. Daniel Mushoka is watching, and a lot of people are watching. Tell us you're watching. Elsie is saying that he's very tuned in. Daniel Mushoka is saying that he's tuned in from Nairobi, Kenya, and many more. Mr. Wekesa is saying he's locked in and all this. You say people with disability, not people living. Oh, okay.
You learn.
Thank you.
No
And then Sheila Nakasa is saying that he's watching from Nairobi. Welcome, viewers. Let's get this going. Now, Chelah, we talk about, you did the second event that was in Mount Kenya, right?
Mount Kenya
University.
Yeah.
And you're basically advocating for people living with disability achieving their goals and achieving their careers.
Yeah.
Do you think young people living with disability have this hindrance to achieve who they want to become?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Okay.
There's oneself, there's attitudinal, and there's system that is making them not achieve. Because sometimes I look at the way organizations that are given the chance to represent the persons with disability, I think they drift away from what they're supposed to do.
Okay.
I know it's overwhelming, but the least they can do is just build a community that they'll be able to network with them and be able to know what are the real challenges, not what they think. It's the real challenges, and just be able to bring solutions from within, not what they think the solution should be.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, we have a lot of young, especially when you talk about, since it's a Women Month, a lot of girls outside there who have been discouraged from achieving because of different kind of disabilities in general. How do you encourage them to forget about who they are and forget about what they are going through and achieve what they want to achieve in life? Speaking to them directly.
Oh, they need to build their self-confidence. I think that's where everything starts from.
Okay.
Because you'll be able to know your self-worth. You'll be able to sit down and even write your own goals and be able to know, by this time I'm able to achieve this. This is the thing that I need. This is my responsibility. This is what I'm going to do. This is the people that I need to talk to if at all you have any shortfall. And if at all you need to equip yourself, you're missing something, you'll be able to know which kind of institution is accommodative of your own kind. Yes.
But we live in a society where a lot of, there is a discouragement, there is always what we call the wet blankets in the society. People tell you that, no, we've never seen somebody who doesn't have limbs achieving 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Somebody who cannot hear, the deaf achieving 1, 2, 3. And yourself, I'm sure that you've been discouraged a lot by different quarters. How do we have this? How do you close your ears from discouragements?
I remember the time I was starting the blind talk. I think many people really felt like, Chelah, this is not possible, because the kind of target audience that I really wanted. I really wanted quality events. At the same time, I really wanted quality people to work with. Who knew what I really wanted. Many people told me, no, Chelah, disability events, that will be so expensive. We don't have money. But people have the money. That's what I always believe. Because I cannot work on my own.
Yeah,
this course is for everyone. Because I'm advocating for I'm advocating for myself, I'm advocating for my sisters, I'm advocating for your sister, for your mother, for your brother, for your father. I think it's just all around.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now, about infrastructural support towards achieving your career, and also being unleashing the potential that a person has. Do you think we have the right infrastructural support in our institutions of learning and what have you?
Yes and no.
Yes, let's start with yes.
Yes, because I've been a good friend to many institutions like Changaza University, where my mentor has been really doing a lot of work. And I can see the way she's encouraging persons with acquired blindness to come and do whatever they want. Because at first, persons with the acquired blindness were not encouraged to do journalism and all that because the content wasn't in Braille. But now she's telling the institution they can still do it and be able to get the information through technology, assistive technology. The same thing replicates itself at USIU. That's where I've been able to work with them. And they have amazing support. The resource center is so good. The personnel is so good. The same thing with Mount Kenya University. They're doing great job. And no, I think we've been so sidelined to thinking that even other institutions, the least that they can do is just have an inclusive environment. Just make them comfortable. Not really telling them, not softly, not like directly, you cannot be able to do this course because we don't have the capacity to. They don't have even a Braille transcriber. They don't have a sign language interpreter. They will tell you even they're not even able to accommodate you because they've never had such a person. And even provision of financial support towards your education. Yeah, it's like everything is on you. If you go to the organization that is they always tell people, go to that organization, they'll be able to give you the money. You'll never see the support. So you'll end up being discouraged and going back to the village.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now with the talking about these institutions and also the government, do they have the goodwill to ensure that you people have a smooth kind of learning that will not make them different from the rest?
The government, I think, in my own opinion, I think the government has done well. Yeah, it's the institution that is mandated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, talking about now the third, because I'm just in a wrap, I'm trying to look into now your events that you've done before you talk on the real issues. Number 3, you talked about dating differently. That was another event in Nairobi University, if I can remember, right?
Yeah.
Now, when coming about dating, was it that how different is it when and what are the challenges that you guys encounter? And also, let's talk about also the achievement of that particular event. How was it?
Wow. Let me tell you about the dating different event. I think we had a X-Space. It was about dating. It's PWDs and dating. I think that's where the topic came about.
Yeah.
And I was just listening because I have a very good network with the blind community, just having a chit chat with them, just learning how they're dating, how messy their relationship are.
Okay.
And I realized that we need to have an open and deep conversation about it. And for the blind, I think it's quite crazy, especially in dating. And people tend to believe that the person dating the blind person is the hero. Sadly. Yeah, it's like no other person can date this person, but just because you came in, you saved that person, so you're the hero.
So he's being celebrated.
Credit. Yes.
But what do you think about it?
No, I don't know. Chelah accepting herself, I don't see like any other person can just date me. And just be able to, we live harmoniously without having that tag of being a hero, just because you can lead me, just because you can just have support me in different ways. It's not that I'm not able to do it. I can do it even without you. Yes. Okay. And at the same time, the blind community has the challenge of persons with sight taking advantage of them.
Okay.
Yeah, like abuse, especially financial. And I was looking at the way the people that are married, quote unquote, they're doing well financially. They're just there to be funded.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like you're paying that person.
Married in the sense that one party is visually as
the blind.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just use them because we call a spade a spade.
Okay.
So it's like the person, the blind, has the money. So the man is there just because.
To take advantage of these other parties.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's the one running your account. He's the one running everything. And once the money is gone, trust me, that relationship is not there. Yeah.
And do you think by such a situation your rights is being infringed?
Of course. I think it's just that notion, the fallacy of you're not complete without a husband, you're not complete without a wife. So you hold on to it, yet you're being abused. Yeah, either emotionally, physically, financially. Yeah, you're just psychologically, you're just there.
Okay.
Yeah, because you don't know where to run to. Your family, they don't want anything to do with you because it's like they've been relieved. Yeah, there's another person who's taking care of you.
Okay. Yeah. And now, how do you advocate for these to ensure that they have their rights being taken care of, and as well as them feeling that we are equal in this relationship? It's not about you coming for my help. How do you ensure that we have a 50-50 kind of, as we advocate for 50-50 kind of relationship? How do we achieve this?
I think it's just self-awareness, especially right from the time they are young, just being self-aware. And the fact that you can still be a complete person, peke yako. Yes. Because 90% of persons with disabilities, sorry to say so, they're in wrong relationships.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like, let's hold on to it. Let's it's more of a status and telling the people that disability is not inability. You see,
But
I'm having a family.
Okay. Now, getting also the relationship with families, thanks to you, you have a great support system from your family, and also they've empowered you in one way or another.
Yeah.
But there are some who have been taken advantage of by family members, and it's so dire to even young kids who have disability, people having the fear of bringing them out. Now, do you think that families also have this hindrance and supporting people with disability?
Sana. It's because they feel like you're so fragile. They don't want to let you go. Like I remember the time I started like sprouting up again, and my parents were still very protective. Who are you going with? Do they really know how to handle you? Si kama siku hizi, Chelah unaenda wapi? Sawa.
Okay.
Because they know either I'm with Sheila, with Ashley, I'm with any other friend. And they're just okay because they'll always come. They tell my family who they are. They tell them we are taking Chelah. Even if we are going for camping, the next like 3 days we all come. We have lunch together, and they tell my parents, here we release your daughter, stay with her. Next time we'll come for her.
Okay.
Yeah.
But those, on the flip side, there are other families that feel ashamed to bring their children out, their daughters, their sons. And sometimes you get the scenarios. We've had issues whereby you find that a family will try the son because of their issues with that disability. It seems that they think it's a curse, quote unquote.
Yeah, but I mean.
But how do we now push the societal attitude and ensuring that any child is always, despite the disability, they're just children like any other? How do we now advocate for families to embrace people living with disability?
Many people like Chelah to be out there. Yeah, because they'll be able to see and just like, this can be my daughter, this can be my son. I think it will even encourage them to leave their kids to experiment with the world. Yeah, and just be able to have a conversation with them, because they have genuine fears. I understand them. Because when you negatively tell something to a child who is not self-confident, chances are they'll go back, and they'll go back far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lastly, the event that you held like a week, or is it 2 weeks ago? Is it probably a week? 2 weeks. Let me to be clear. Now, the main objective of this last event that you held here in Eldoret about leadership and having a position in the society, do you think as people living with disability, we have enough space and a competitive advantage to vie for political seats, for leadership, for growth even in profession?
Yes, we do. I was having a very controversial conversation with one a blind lawyer. Like they felt like we don't have the space to grow as persons with disabilities. But I'm of different opinion. Like I can, if at all I need to run for an office, I need to position myself well. If at all I need guidance, I'll be able to get myself towards a leader that I feel like he or she will guide me into the position, and just be able to know how well the space is, how we'll be able to get the funds, the people that are going to lobby for you, and just the knowledge, because you can't be a leader without knowledge.
True.
I tend to highly believe like if persons with disability can just strategically position themselves, they can be able to run for an office and be able to get it. Yes. Okay.
And do you think our institutions are ready to embrace the same?
Not really. It's just like if Chelah just stands up and tell Wasingishu County, Chelah wants to be an MP for my brain constituency. Chelah, I know my people. They'll say, oh, ataoni, sasa atakuwa anafanya.
But your slogan is vision beyond sight.
Yeah.
Okay. But do you think as as men, do we look on the visions of people, or
No,
just after
no.
this guy is connected to who?
Yeah, it's connected. Do you have the money?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think much of it is just financial bit, sadly. Yeah.
Where do we go wrong?
At the same time, being emotionally, that's post-truth. You don't want the facts. You want to be like, this person gave me, I was so in dire need of school fees, and that person paid for me. I think it's more of just saying thank you. Wacha nipigie kura because alinisaidia mtoto yangu.
It's about emotional attachment.
Yeah, facts we throw away. We go with emotions.
Okay.
Yeah.
With regard now to that last event that you planned, the achievements, the hits and the misses.
I think it was just beyond what I had expected to be, because this is my first event in Eldoret.
Okay.
I was just trying myself,
Okay.
just trying to see how Eldoret is, and it came out so well. And I believe around 85%
Okay.
we did well.
Okay.
Of course, there's some things we did not do so well, like the networks within the Wasingishu, but I believe the next time we'll be able to hit it well.
What was your major objective?
Major objective was just
Rather than the operational
awareness.
Okay.
And just tell people, here is Chelah. Chelah is coming to Eldoret.
Okay.
This blind Kenyan queen is in Eldoret.
Okay.
You need to come and hear her.
What do you expect in the next kind of event?
It will be so bubbly.
Okay.
People need to be alert because Chelah is coming back to Eldoret, and we will be going to have such mind-boggling event that people have never seen, especially in North Rift, and just telling the people that disability events should be well planned and should be quality. Sili unasemanga kama D square una feel hiyo 40k umebaki nayo. Si tufanye tu CSR.
It should be about quality.
Yeah, it's like umeipangia.
Okay.
Umeipangia vizuri. Yeah, Sili. By the way, it's just afterthought.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about mental awareness. You also a campaigner for the same. We spoke about mental health for a very long time, but people living with disability, how does it affect them?
I always love talking about my life. I think I was a wreck. Was in 2017, 18, 19, that's the time I went for rehabilitation.
Okay.
Yeah, I felt like I think my life is done. So how am I able to continue with my life blind? How will I be able to go to work? Which kind of institution will be able to accommodate me? How will my family be able to accommodate me? Just you have a lot of fears that is not even there. I think you struggle a lot with some things that you don't really need to think about. I think for me, the time I started getting my life back was around 2019, when I felt like I just needed a breather. And I decided to go for rehabilitation for 6 months. Just be a resident there and just live blindly with other blind people. And just be able to see how they are going on with their lives. I think it drains a lot. It drains your mind a lot because you have a lot of fear of unknown. Yeah.
Okay. Now take us through, because I know it's been a journey, and probably tonight we are even speaking to somebody who is contemplating or even thinking of giving up with life because probably they are not appreciated, and they're getting into some were okay, then along the way they lost their sight, they lost their ability to walk and what have you. But you take us through the journey. How did you manage to pull through this? Because that makes you a strong woman.
Oh, absolutely.
How was the journey, Chelah?
Oh, God. I think it was it's like you've lived 10 years and it's just 2 years.
Okay.
I remember the time that was on 2015 because I was diagnosed with the retinitis pigmentosa on Tuesday 19th at 3 p.m. at PCA Kikuyu. Yeah, and it was just a very silly day because I was just telling my sister Faith, but we don't have anything to do. Si tuende to hospitali because tumeambiwa na daktari we just have a second option. Kumbe we were just looking for problems. And I remember that night, I think that's when the real insomnia kicked in. Because even at night I was sleeping like this and just waking up and trying to see if my eyes are still working. And like it drained my mind a lot, even in school. I think I was really doing well because I think it was just more of compensation, not facing the reality of losing your sight. And I just wanted to be on my own, just being Chelah, just study and do that, having sleepless nights and just staying in bed and doing nothing and not wanting to go anywhere. I remember there's a time, 2 years, I didn't even go to church.
Completely?
Yeah, I didn't go to church. Everybody just prepare everyone, you go to church. Chelah is just here because I'm wondering how will I be able to be at beat with them. Because
But were you mad about God?
No. I've never. Oh no, I think it's just fear of mingling.
What will people think about you?
Yeah. In case if I triple and all that, I think that's what I feared most.
Okay. Then now, how did you rebuild yourself back to accept the whole thing? I
think just my family letting me be. There's, I think, 2 or 3 years, I just stayed doing nothing. And in 2020, I remember I just stayed in the village all year, doing nothing. No washing utensils, no nothing, no cooking. I was just there, just taking photos, doing silly videos, and just being in the farm, well armed with the boots. My mom tells me, if you see a person even with boots and all overalls, chances are huyo mtu hafanyi kazi, and it's true. I was just entertaining them in the farm. I think I was just having my own time and just trying to see where I can come in as Chelah, and just them telling me, Chelah, whatever you want to do, the kind of people you want to talk with. Ananiambia, Chelah, can you talk to this person? If I don't want, they won't push me. And them just accepting to take me to the kind of rehabilitation that I chose, because I was supposed to go to another rehabilitation at I think Mayumayo Road in Nairobi, but later I changed to Kise. Yeah, where I felt like I was so comfortable. And they accepted.
Okay, and speaking now directly to somebody that is going through the same, what is it that you can tell them tonight?
Oh God. Just forget about what you can't. Just think about what can you do. If you can just sit down and just listen to a podcast and just be able to deduce the summary and just be able even to speak about it to somebody. If you're able even to write even 2 sentences, that's okay. It's purely okay. You don't need to beat yourself. Like you need to do this by this time. You need to have gotten a job by this time. You know, you're going blind and all that. You beat yourself so much that when you even get it, you're not even able to be happy about it because mentally you're not okay. Yeah. At the same time, it's very important to make friends, and not within the disability community. Go out, meet with different people. If it's engineers, mental health experts, if it's pilots and all that, talk about even politicians. Just talk about the politics. It's not all about disability each and every time. Or even DJs, just learn how they're doing their thing. Hata kama utaiona, just have a time with them. Even if it's photography, just go and just sit with them, or even you can have a call. Just learn how they're doing the things, and even tell them what you're doing. Yeah.
That is about now having somebody in your life, that is having a mentor, what have you?
Not really. It's just about having good networks. Because you'll be able to live, quote unquote, more so like a complete way of living. Yeah, it's not like, I know most persons with disabilities, their circles are always the disability community. Yeah. Just let them go out. Yeah.
Was it, Now, I know you are somebody that you are empowered in terms of education and having studied. You're currently doing your master's. By the choice of what you're mastering now, did it have anything to do with expanding your network and also meeting with these people?
Not really. I think even me just getting myself in masters in development communication was purely because of my lecturer. She was so nice, Beldina.
Okay.
Like she taught me, I wasn't even struggling to go do the exams. Like I felt like I really needed to do this. At the same time, it was aligning with the acceptance of my sight loss.
Okay.
So I felt like I just needed to have more knowledge in communication, particularly development, so that I'll be able to do very good campaigns when I'm advocating for persons with the retinitis pigmentosa. At the same time, young adults with the acquired blindness. And me meeting with them, I think just Chelah being bubbly and just having a talk with anyone. So, you know, the beauty of being blind, you can have the excuse of forgetting the title of the verse.
Okay.
So you'll be able to have a conversation, they become your friend. That's how life is.
Okay.
Because much of the networks I've just built myself.
Okay.
Like 99%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, in connection to the same about career choices, and because the disability always, you can still achieve who you want to become, and yourself you chose to do communication development, with regard to the vision that you have in building your organization and also to achieve who you want to become. But now, a young person back in high school, somebody in college, just to exploit their potential and achieve who they want to become, what is the impact now with regard to what you've achieved in terms of communication development? Has it impacted? Has it made you achieve what you wanted to achieve?
Of course, I haven't really achieved, but I've achieved some of the things that I wanted to do. But some of the things I'm still pursuing them. And for the younger people still in school and high school, I still believe that we need a lot of mentorship. We need persons that have already been there. That's the likes of Julio, the likes of Moses Shira, who is a blind tech wizard, and other people. Just have a talk with them and tell them that it's possible. Yeah, and just be in the space and be able even to have a talk, a follow-up, because we can come and talk with you and then we go. Yeah, there's no, I tend to believe that there's no impact. Yeah.
Okay, now as we move forward also about, at some point after speaking about career and any other person with this kind of disability, here we always talk about business and venturing into business. But how do you encourage people living with disability that they can run a business like any other person and make money? Because at the end of the day, poverty is a common enemy. And for you to get that independence and autonomy, you need to have your own source of income. But how do you encourage people living with disability that they can go outside there and venture into any other business that they want to do and make their own money?
I was looking at Srinkath Bola. He's a very young guy, a real entrepreneur, and he's totally blind, and he studied at Massachusetts. And I was looking at his industry. It's called Bolant Industry. It's based in India. And I just love the way it grew. For him, he didn't feel like he wasn't able to just build up an industry from scratch and be able to be a millionaire, multimillionaire company. I just love just going back to his story and even letting other persons with disability know that regardless of where they come from, regardless of their own status, they can still be able to build up a profitable company and be able even to sort out some problems that are already in the society. Yeah, I think we gag ourselves so much. We feel like there's no money, because I was looking at the way he was starting up. He didn't have any money. He had an option of just staying in the US and just having a good career. But he chose to come to India and start up a career and be able even to bring other persons with disability to work with him and be able even to have the company up and be able and to be as profitable as it is at the moment.
Okay.
Yes.
And your organization now, it's more of giving back, but I'm sure you're in the journey of converting it to be also to be a source of income. What do you think about now your organization conversion to earn something from it?
Because we are Hope in the Dark is very good at planning events. I think that's where we're looking at.
Okay.
And our target audience is the elite. Yeah, like we in the future we'll be able to put up everything. If it's the kind of well-equipped tents, well-equipped conferences, we'll be able to manage them. Even the profit that we get, we are able even to supplement some few things here and there, at the same time support the blind community, especially in higher learning institutions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I saw you doing the event that you did in Eldoret the other day, and you're one person that is very hands-on. It's like you did everything yourself, knowing that the quality that you wanted.
Yeah.
How do you manage to do this, Chelah?
I don't want to say I'm a perfectionist.
But for lack of a better word.
No. But I just love things being done the right way. Yeah, because if you're not able to give the quality that we want, not because it's profitable, at the same time it's also giving back to the society, don't do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I always believe as the team leader, you need to have things done right. You need to be there. In as much you delegate, you need to make sure it's done well.
Okay.
Because at the end of it, I'm the one. The blame will come back to me and just tell me, Chelah, the event was so poorly done.
Okay. So for you believe in leading from the front?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll be there. I'll do each and everything. If at all we need to source out from a different institution, we will do that. If at all we need to have somebody from a different county, we will do that.
But now, we always have a challenge. We talk about people in business and people in leadership position. They'll always fold their hands back and they remote control everything. They want it done.
Micromanaging.
Yeah, not even micromanaging. They want it done, but they don't want to be part of it. But when they succeed, they wish to take credit for it. But they're just bosses who fold their hands. And what do you say about this kind of people?
I think it's just conflict itself. How do I put it? It's selfish. Yeah, you just want. It's just the same as when you're in the office. There's some people who are doing work. At the end of it, there's another person who's taking that work to the boss. Who's going to take the credit? That person that didn't do work.
Okay.
I think it's just all about integrity. Yeah.
Which is something very negative.
Yeah.
Now, directly about space in organization, in business and what have you, how do we now advocate for space for people living with disability when it comes to employment, when it comes to partnership? Like me, I can start a business and partner with you comfortably and having a 50-50 share. How do we advocate for the space of people living with disability when it comes to organization, employment, and even stakes in companies?
I believe institutions just give an opportunity for persons with disability to express their skills, because so many of them have great skills, and be able even to mentor them, just not to bring them just for a PR stunt. You see the way our institution is disability inclusive, and when in reality that person just sits there it's just for portrays and even for the website and even looking for funds. It's just being genuine about it and bringing them on board, letting them know that we are here for you, and being mentored to be the real business mogul. Or even when it comes to tech, they'll be able even to be mentored by other people. And for persons with disability, it's not that the time they're given the opportunity, they just need to sleep there. And just feel like this is our 5%. Because I think that thing, it's a very dangerous thing. They need to know that they need to go beyond. They need to go back to school They need to do the fellowship that's always there. They need to link up with people that are doing well and be able to know how well they can even improve their skills. At the same time, they need even to advocate for inclusivity in the institution that they're doing the work. Yeah, not just sit there and just feel like this is our 5% tukae tulipwe at the end of the month. You're not even like going beyond or giving more than what you're expected to.
So it's about proving yourself worth it.
Not really. When you go that disability is not inability, you lock yourself. Just being themselves.
Okay.
And just realizing their real dream.
Okay.
If it's not where they really wanted, they work towards it where they really wanted to be.
Okay.
It's not, I think once you want to prove the society, you'll get it wrong. Because I was even telling my friends the other time, like if I want to prove myself that disability is not, I don't like that slogan.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like I want to go to town the way Nairobi is chaotic, me and my white cane, and just go tap everywhere, tell the people, hey, you see, this is a hero. And then we have the media come and just paint the way they write their own stories, their human interest stories, and just show the world, this is Chelah, she's achieving a lot, she's coming to town by herself.
Yeah, so,
But that is not where I would really want. Me, I would really want to have a place where I feel I can effectively administer my skills, effectively be able to come to your institutions, effectively come to mentor people, and I'll be happy about myself. It's not like I don't love the rough things in the world, but I feel like mentally I'll be able even to deliver what I'm supposed to.
okay.
Yeah, not thinking about sasa gari kinigonga. It's just chaotic.
Okay. I get it. Now, talking about now technology has come of age,
Yeah.
embracing and giving you a leverage in terms of what you can do even better. Now, because a lot of people outside there, they are not abrasive and also up to time in terms of technology. Is it too expensive?
Yeah.
Or is it something that we can still do much about it?
I think within our space, I think you can still look for different ways of having affordable tech or assistive devices. Because, for instance, for a good white cane goes around 10,000. How many persons with disability are able to have that? Very, very less.
Okay.
Yeah, and at the same time, the white cane can only serve you well for 2 years. And that's not possible because most of them are not working. And if at all, if you look at the blind, they are able to have a good phone that has a talkback, that accessibility software for Samsung and all that. For Apple, it's a voiceover. It's quite expensive. And most of the time, most of them are not able to buy. So they're cut short of having the information and just being able even to talk with other people and know how the world is going. And for the laptop, even having the laptop itself, it proves difficult. And even having the software that is just is quite expensive. I don't know. I think there's a way that it proves so difficult for them to be at par with other people, because you unaweza kuja tu kwa website and website yako hata sometimes it's too crowded. Even a visually impaired who has a laptop and the assistive software is not even able to be able to see what that he or she wanted to have. And I think everything is just expensive. Disability is just expensive.
Okay.
Even going to work, you have to take an Uber because if you go with the matatu, unaweza gongwa, usijui upeleke Mbagathi, usijui. It's just a total mess.
Okay.
But a day at a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you're given a position, either in government or a position of influence, what are some of the policies that you think will make it more better and give us a platform that people feel that they are being considered right?
I think just implementing what is already there,
Uh-huh.
because you have the Disability Act.
Okay. But do you think we have the wrong people implementing the same?
We are not even implementing it.
So do you think we have the wrong people who don't have goodwill
I think
to do this?
institutions are not having the goodwill to implement.
Uh-huh.
For instance, if it's at all for the ramp, if in our towns, the stairs and all that, I think people are competing. Mtu anajenga nyumba yake anaweka stairs, weka ingine. I think
But even in our homes, we don't consider.
it's start from, I don't know. Because whether there's another statement that you're asking people, if your friend who is a wheelchair user comes to your house, will that friend be able to live comfortably with your sunken living room? Is your bathroom well equipped for a person who can be able to transfer from the wheelchair and be able to just do what is necessary? Is the kitchen, even the lights, are they down? Umse anaweza kaa kwa giza mpaka ile time atakuja kuwashiwa lights, or even do them like the voice, switch on, switch off. Like even the kitchen, the sink, anaweza osha mkono yake
Okay. We are very inconsiderate.
we don't think about, because even you can grow old and you'll need the same services. Hiyo stairs zako yenye umeziweka vizuri mpaka umeweka vest, unaona ni poa sana. In some years you won't be able to climb. Yeah.
Okay. I remember a story that somebody shared the other day, that this guy built a master bedroom on the first floor, and then all of a sudden, through an accident, he was on wheelchair. Then he had to use the house girl bedroom and what have you. So it means that we need to advocate for people to think from home.
Yeah.
It starts from home.
Yeah.
That is okay. Now your organization, where is the future?
I think being able to just stand on itself, and being able even to support other organizations through consultancy or even financially, and just being even able to employ people that are able to administer the duties that we need to administer to the public. Yeah, and just go the events way, because that's where we're looking at.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you as Chelah, your future?
Oh God, me just want...
Ukiamua ukuje ukue women rep.
No.
Wasingishu.
No, I think I can be in a different space.
Okay.
Because I don't like routine. At the same time, I don't like telling people that things that I feel like I won't be able to achieve. Yeah, I tend to believe that in my own space, because me, I want to travel the world.
Okay.
I just want to be the first blind African woman to travel and be able to tell people the stories and just how I'm feeling the world, not seeing the world, and just giving them very good photos and everything, and just letting other blind people know that it's possible.
Okay. How does your day look like, Chelah?
Oh God.
At what time you wake up?
I think my mom just lie. I wake up at around, I think, 9 to 10 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we check breakfast, listen to music, check my emails, have calls. If I'm supposed to do a write-up, by 1, we take lunch. I think from 3, I'm always free. If I'm supposed to manage a Bible study, maybe Tuesday, Thursday, I put my things together and just have members know that this is the time we are meeting, this is what you're going to study, and check my social media platforms. My day is never that serious. It's gone. Write emails, just vile tu inakuja.
Okay. Before we get to the last bit of this interview, just to appreciate and also to mention what our viewers are following on this particular platform. Alex Kipkorir is saying that I've never met someone full of hope like Chelah Richards, and then also Socrates saying to Kondani, and then MC Bet Masai is saying that Dan, say hi to this amazing woman. She's just amazing. I think you received that. Then somebody is watching from Kiambu County, and then I had another compliment here from this great person, and it was Owino King. Owino King is saying that Chelah Richards Kipkorir is one beacon of hope in the dark world that you can never ignore. She is oozing wisdom, hope, character, and supernatural abilities not common to mere mortals. Okay, and thank you to the CEO Live show for connecting us to this inspiring episode. We love you both. And then that is thank you Wino for that compliment. And then Insane Kimtai is saying that good evening CEOs following from University of Eldoret. And then Elkana Yano is saying that Chelah, we watch you. Vision beyond sight. Wow, people with disabilities should have high self-esteem. Yeah. And then Dan Wema is watching, one person who supports a lot of people with comes to disabilities and what have you. And then also somebody's watching from Nakuru and many more who are complimenting. You'll be in a position to go and follow the comments that are coming in. Chelah, have you ever felt, you're one bubbly person, have you ever felt so down and feeling like life has no meaning?
No. Okay. I think my people sometimes ask me, Chelah, what is your motivation? Me, I motivate myself. Even sometimes things are not going well. Me, just listen to me. I love listening to Danny Goke. Okay. And just having those confident music and everything. And after some time, like I've already closed my laptop or phone, like I'm done. Then you're seeing me seated again. Okay. And then calling my friends, Chelah, how do you want to give up? Yet you are following you. Like it gives, like it revives my spirit, and I just need to do this, not halfly, but have to do it fully. Okay. Yeah, with all what I can. Okay. But with all what I have. Yeah.
But sometimes we have people with different kind of narratives. You ask somebody, what are you made of? Somebody will say that I'm made of what I read, what I listen, what I hear from people. But Chelah, the same question, what are you made of?
Well, I think you're just a dreamer. I don't know. I wouldn't say that everything is from me, because I think I connect a lot with people from different spaces, either internationally or here. I think kuna vitu zingine na changa zingine zangu. Others are just, it comes itself. Okay. For instance, the events. Because if you look at the topics, much of the topics, like I already have them. Okay. Even for the global event that I'm planning to have it at Strathmore. Okay. Like you already have the topic, I already have the kind of speakers that I want, the one that I'll be having at USIU, Mount Kenya, like I already have the write-ups and everything. Okay. And Eldoret, bado nakoroga, classic unapa.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just, I don't know, it's a collective. Okay. Yeah.
Give us a snippet of your next event. The global event.
The global event.
Yeah, give us a snippet. How it will look like and what are your objectives, what do you want to achieve?
It will be at par with how global events are being done. The kind of speakers we'll be having one key international speaker. We're still debating either to get it from either UK, US or India. And we'll be having other influential business moguls. And of course, I already told you you're coming to the panel, so yeah, and just and other blind people who are in business. And yeah, I think it will be something different that the disability community have never seen. And they should be ready to dress executively.
Okay. You're also keen on that's a question that definitely
Dress
I
code.
wanted. You're always very keen on dress code. All your events are thematic when it comes to colors and dress code.
Eh?
What is the motivation behind it?
I always believe once a person looks at you the way you've dressed, they'll be able to place you where you're supposed to be.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not just because I have a disability that I should dress shabbily. No, it doesn't give me the excuse. Because I'll be able to present myself. I'll be able to go to any office and present my idea the best way that I can.
Okay.
The way I look at is how it will give me an upper hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all your dress code and dressing is always inspired.
Yes. Like
Okay.
for the executive dress, it's because it's business.
Okay.
Yeah. For the Mount Kenya, it will be we are doing all green because you're going to the nature.
Okay.
And then for the other one, it's sporty. For Eldoret, we will know.
But you just came to my show. What inspired your dress code tonight? You look good
No,
though.
me, it was inspired by my mother. My mother was telling me.
Okay.
She gave me all options. Of course, she was just telling, I need a very long dress, you know. But just Chelah being Chelah, I think I just love expressing who I am. Of course, I love being in jeans and T-shirts with very sneaky messages about blindness.
Okay,
But
okay.
today I just chose to be. It was inspired by my mom. Even everything she did it. Ni mimi tu nilienda nikamwambia fundi fanya hivi na hivi na hivi. Ni alinipea hata material.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, with your parting shot, Chelah, what are you telling the young people out there? Number one, people who are in business, people who are in profession, and also people living with disability.
People in business should just embrace doing business with persons with disabilities.
Okay.
Just give them the opportunity to do what they need to be done within your space. And at the same time, they should be able even to invest big in the disability community. If at all, if it's assistive technology, if it's having a good institution of business that will accommodate persons, many persons with disabilities, they just come and learn comfortably, let them step into that. And even ask persons with disability if at all they need something that they feel like they really need, maybe a device, and just put their money to it. And for young people, they need to live their life right.
Okay.
Yeah, I always advocate for that. Because you always have, each and every decision, there's always a consequence. Yeah, even for persons with disability, they need to stay away from drugs to numb their frustrations and everything. They need to stay away from reckless sex life because I think much of the time we don't really talk about it, and take care of themselves. That self-care, they need to groom themselves. At the same time, they need even to build good networks for their future.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't just stay there and just feel like, no, it's not. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they
Your
need
network is your network.
net worth. Me, I'm always a millionaire. Socially, social capital.
Very important.
Very important.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Okay. Now, tell us, just as we wind up, just to appreciate 1, 2, 3 people, and then we'll be in a position to respond to those questions later, and then we close this conversation. This is Bethel.
Ruta.
Yeah, Bethel Ruto. He's saying that Chelah Richards Kipkorir watching live. Say hi to my friend Chelah, the great. And she's a great friend, lively and full of ideas. And then also Teta Staros is saying that Chelah is my schoolmate at Turesha, Vision Beyond Sight. Okay. God bless you. I think you know him. Yeah. And then Erico is saying that is Erico Bruno is saying that he's following Unlocked, and Engineer Talk Kipkorir Joe is saying that it's truly inspiring and is watching from Nairobi, and many more. So thank you so much, Chelah, for coming to the show.
Anytime.
you exude a lot of determination, confidence, and also you have a positive kind of energy to hang around with. I need to have you as my friend. Very important. Indeed, I am. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being part of this great conversation, and having this great guest to you tonight was one amazing show that we've had for you. Thank you for your questions, and also for always commenting and asking questions, and any other engagement that we've had in the course of this show. It's been one amazing show that I've had for a very long time. And again, we are planning for another great episode come next week. Definitely we can't afford to miss. Let's meet next week, same time, same place, and same handles. And I'll always be your host, Dan Dan. May God bless you and have a good night. See you next week. Thank you.
Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show. Hosted by Dan Dan. Business Minds, pioneering and inspiring entrepreneurs. Creative talks, CEO insights, success stories, value markets, and financial education. This is the CEO Show.